Welcome to the Warframe weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Cernos Prime. Now, since this is a primed weapon, the only way to get it is to assemble it from its primed parts, which you can either get yourself by opening specific relics or by buying the parts from other players. But since relics are rotated in and out quite frequently, I will leave a link to the official Cernos Prime Wikipedia website in the video description so you can check it out and see which relics you want to go for or if they're even available at the time of you watching. The Cernos Prime is a Mastery Rank 12 bow that does almost pure impact damage and only has a little bit of puncture and slash on the side. It also comes in with a decent enough crit as far as bows are concerned and pretty high status. The most interesting thing about the Cernos Prime is that it has innate multi-shot. It fires 3 arrows to begin with and it scales up as you add more multi-shot. Plus you can change the way in which you fire the arrows. The default way is horizontal, but if you press the secondary fire button it switches to vertical mode instead. It also tightens the arrow spread quite a bit, so the way you use it is you use the horizontal mode if you're just clearing rooms and you're shooting at smaller enemies, but if you run into a beefier enemy you can switch into vertical and just headshot them with a bunch of arrows at once. And finally, since it is a bow, it can use the bow and crossbow specific Thunderbolt, which gives your arrows a 30% chance to explode, which is particularly fun with the Cernos Prime since you're firing so many arrows at once. Now as far as the build is concerned, I would recommend some variation of a Hunter Munitions viral setup because you're firing a ton of arrows, so the chance of you proccing slash is very high, especially with the vertical mode. And you can either run this with split chamber if you want more control over the arrows, or you could even run split flights for far more multi-shot. And the negative accuracy here actually has a weird sort of interaction with the Cernos Prime, because while yes it will reduce the accuracy of the arrows and they will spread out a little bit more, it mostly just reverses the orientation in which you fire them. So if you're firing in vertical mode and you get the negative accuracy, you're going to start firing horizontally. But regardless of which setup you use, you're going to find quite a bit of success with the Cernos Prime because you have a ton of coverage with the horizontal mode, and the vertical mode, especially if you're not running split flights and you can hit headshots with all the arrows, does a ton of damage as well. It's probably my favorite non-explosive bow to use Hunter Munitions on because the slash procs on the vertical mode from Hunter Munitions are damn near guaranteed since you are firing so many arrows at once, and it's very powerful. I really like the Cernos Prime and I would highly recommend you give it a shot. It's just a really unique bow that's a ton of fun to use. It of course would have been better if it did primarily slash damage, because then you would have the additional slash from the actual slash procs, not just from Hunter Munitions, but even then it is still really strong. So once again, I would recommend you pick the Cernos Prime up, even though on paper it doesn't actually look like that much of an upgrade from the standard Cernos, but that's mainly because of the way it works. And that's pretty much it, so I thank you very much for watching as always guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.